madness. I was straight madness. I was out of pocket, out of style, and just should have been forbidden altogether. Oh yeah, to throw that in with Will's titties from Bad Boys, Will's mom's titties.
Yo, back with another episode. You know what I'm saying? We down one, you know what I'm saying? But the show must go on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mark Sparky, you know what I'm saying? AKA whatever. I mean, he ain't right now.
Yeah.
Oh, AKA Bucks Like Milwaukee. I was trying to remember Instagram.
Bucks Like Milwaukee.
You know
like Sam, I can sound. And we are gonna sound, goddammit. By any means necessary.
We selling videos, you know what I'm saying? We selling books, we selling clothing.
We're not human trafficking though.
Nah.
We're not human trafficking.
Only fans. It's all consensual. You know what I'm saying?
No, I go, man. So, first of all, this is Clark speaking, man. Shout out to the LSP crowd, man. You know how it goes. We got the fake ass listeners on there, so we pumped it up about 100K. Nah, we joking, man. We got only organic people up in this motherfucker, man. Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all going on. We also got Richie in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's been a crazy week. We got hell of the topics coming up from Whack 100 and Drake to all the NBA drama that's been going on. Man, everything. So, you know, just stay tuned, man. We got it going. Yeah, man. So, this is the Lightly Seasoned podcast, man. And it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. I had the pleasure, you know, this past week, I had the pleasure of actually running into the boss himself, Ricky Rose. And, you know, he had us shoot the car promo because he has a car show every summer. This is the 4th edition. You know, this is like, it went really viral on his first one because he went after DJ Envy, called him DJ Envious. So I think that was like a real smart strategy, you know, and I got to be a part of this one, man. He announced that Plies is going to be out there. Him, you know, Breeze and Plies are going to be performing. So that was a real interesting time and that was like an on-the-fly shoot, but it turned out great, in my personal opinion. It ended up turning out great just for the simple fact that it was just two smart people in the building. And shout out to Amanda putting us together, but two smart people in the building just, you know, he likes to direct, if y'all don't know that. Rick Ross is literally a producer and director, so I'll definitely give him that credit as far as, you know, putting that play together. We were at a nice little car garage and made it happen.
Yeah.
But what about yourself, man? How's your week, man?
It's been all right, man. It's been good. I'm grateful. Got my Robert De Niro casino specs on. You know what I'm saying? Books on Amazon. Written lyrics for the soul. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Books on Amazon.
Sorry if I'm out of breath.
Books on Amazon.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When you say you gotta go to the kitchen out here, it's about 3 flights, 2 flights, 3 flights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but no, that's real big, man. We got books on Amazon, man. We got books on Amazon, and it's going crazy.
The shades is on the way. You know what I'm saying? My cousin called them the 5%ers. Got those on the way. We working with the clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's on the way. They still sewing the pieces together. You know, those glasses were highly approved, man. You bringing back the 5% tint windows with the polarizers in them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those glasses. It definitely were on plenty of famous people's faces. Shout out to Ray J. Shout out to like Moniece. They put it on. Shout out to Hop Out, up and coming rapper from the West Coast. I mean, a lot of people rock them shits. You know, a lot of people from even shout
behind the scenes.
Too, man.
And shout out to Donut. You know what I mean? Legend. So, hey, man, it's out there, man. So people on the West Coast is definitely.
Oh, shout out to Fat Boy too.
Oh yeah, Fat Boy, you know, definitely
for the nice little commercial on the fly.
So yeah, definitely has some people already rocking, man. They all like them, but now they Pradas and rocking the runners.
You feel me?
That's why I like to see, man.
You're here running it up, man.
That's why I like to see, man. That's big time. That's big time. So yeah, no, that's definitely a nice little week going, man. I see that, man, and I do have a possible surprise. Oh yeah, I did a random shoot with Sukiyana yesterday. That was a nice little thing, man. Hopefully,
shout out to Coochie Girls, man.
Yeah. You know, hopefully that ends up on the Nova. You know what I'm saying? But obviously they got to prove everything. So fingers crossed. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. So what's new out in the sphere, man? I ain't get to really check out the topics list like I really wanted to. But you can go ahead and let us know what's on this. The agenda for this week.
Ain't really no agenda, but
no, I know.
What I'm saying. The agenda is to take over the world, not take over the world, but get us as much money as we can about this motherfucker.
By any means necessary. Oh, wrong button. Pardon me.
I mean, that's straight too.
Yeah, that is actually.
Even if it's by accident, but let's talk about the NBA, man. You know, Shy doing his thing, drop another 40 ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is true. Did you see the MVP bowl?
Yeah, it's between him and
Jokic, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
But then Jokic did drop that 20, 20, and 20.
It was like 31, 21, and 22.
Yeah. So
if I remember correctly,
the first ever in history.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic is special, and you know who actually called that out? It was Gilbert Arenas. He said, "I believe that Jokic is going to do a big fuck you game to the NBA and to the MVP race by doing some crazy stat." He said it was going to be like 40 and 20 and then possibly 20. So he was off by like 9 points. But overall, he definitely did that. 31, 20, and 21. Like, that's unheard of.
I mean,
when you think about it.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that and nothing like that in my life. I didn't even get to really see the game. I just got to see a little bit of the highlights.
I didn't see the game either. I saw the highlights. But then, they went to overtime and still won. So they must be. Listen, man, it's between him and Shai. The reason why I say, all right. When you say MVP should be well rounded and carry a team too. You know what I'm saying? And I can't lie. I mean the tear that OKC has been on. You know what I'm saying?
They barely lost any games.
Dog, it's ridiculous.
Like, barely lost any games, dog.
Jokic, he should. Denver Nuggets are not really. I don't want to get nobody upset when I say this, but they're not really they're not really
Pardon.
They don't really put the fear in people like they first did on their first 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like they're just. Don't get me wrong. They got some people that could pull some triggers, but at the end of the day, dog, they still not. I don't believe in them. I don't. And Jamal Murray been real trash. Like for that money bread he getting, dog, he been real trash, dog. I don't know if he waiting for the playoffs to go off.
He's kind of a playoff Jimmy kind of because I remember a series when it was during the bubble or whatever. People tried not to give, Mark especially doesn't try to give the bubble no light, but the basketball, there were still 2 basketball hoops, still 2 teams, and they played in my eyes. So the chip is a chip, but also. Jamal Murray was averaging like 50 versus Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell was damn near averaging 50 that series too. So and he came off an injury and got to come back and play because it was supposed to be a season-ending injury, but obviously the pandemic pushed everything and delayed everything for a little bit. So he got to come back in a little healthy and display what he could do. And even last season, the playoffs, he did really well. And I do agree with what you said with where it's like. Yeah, they're not as scary as before because, all right, you can say Russell Westbrook is kind of a Bruce Brown kind of a player right now for them. Obviously, probably more rebounds, more dynamic plays, maybe a little bit more turnovers. 3-pointers is looking like it's somewhat close to the same.
He's definitely the 6th man for that team.
Yeah. I think Russ is actually started and they pushed Jamal Murray to the 2 guard, actually. Yeah. And, they essentially have their best players out there early. And then Christian Braun comes in. He's the 6th man from what I see. And then from there, I think it's just a fall off of I'm not going to say talent because they did have more talent before. In my opinion,
Aaron Gordon, he not playing like he used to.
Yeah, Aaron isn't playing up to where he was.
The Porter nigga,
Porter is kind of just feel like he's stagnant to where
he's falling off.
Yeah, it's either falling off or you just stayed where he was at and just never moved up. So we're not we can't tell if he's, you know what I'm saying?
If he's gonna win or
if
not,
if he's doing any better or not. So it's like, he's steady. These guys are steady, but they're not doing anything special, and they're not covering up for a Caldwell Pope who's on Orlando now, who signed a nice little deal. He always signs like a 2-year deal. He getting like 19 or 20 mil.
Why did they trade him?
He didn't get traded. He just signed for more money. You got to remember, Caldwell Pope already has 2 rings.
Oh, yeah,
got one with the Lakers, one with the Nuggets. At this point, let's get the bag too. You know what I mean? He's been making good money for a good little minute. Like if you look up his overall like money that he's made in just the year, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's actually crazy. Like not just the year, but like his overall like career. He's probably made, just off the top of my head, over 100. He's made over 100 easily. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like when he played for Philly, he was getting 19 per year. I think the Lakers. I think he was getting on the Lakers. He was getting like 19 mil a year or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like a few years ago. Boom. Nuggets pay him. Boom. He leaves the Nuggets, gets a ring on both Lakers and the Nuggets, and then leaves to Orlando and gets a big payday too. And they have a bunch of guards, and they still paid him because they wanted a veteran around, somebody that actually won,
the younger players,
and just like teach the younger players at the same time while also playing and contributing. So it's a little bit of both. So he's at a point where he's like, he ain't fucking off with his career. He's still playing good. It's just, hey, I don't have to like kill myself over winning a chip because I got 2. Nobody's gonna talk about me like, they're gonna talk about me as a winner, and I already proven like if he wants a career after the NBA,
he
can do it.
He got more chips than some of the most talented players. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like niggas is mad talented and don't have that ring. Like most of the people that you see on NBA talking and whatever like that, they usually got like after the NBA, like as like commentators of the game and official networks, they usually got a ring. Like the national networks, if you're on ESPN, more times than not, you've been a player that's gotten a ring, or you've been a super special player like T-Mac or Vince Carter. You got to be like you got to be one of those two. It's never like
Carmelo, and then.
Yeah, he just got a deal right now after doing his own podcast. He had to display that he can get ratings and people will listen to him first, but just coming out and doing none of that and going to a job interview saying, hey, I want to be an analyst and this and that. Yeah. Robert Horry can possibly go to any network and they're like, damn, this nigga got 7 rings. Like, yeah. And he's played with all these special players. He's going to have some stories. Udonis Haslem is a guy right now. Yeah, even though he was the back burner guy, once he did his own podcast, same thing. Okay, hey, you definitely could come in and talk. Perkins is a prime example. Got a ring with the big 3 Celtics.
Yeah, he definitely. He every analyst show. Damn near.
Exactly. Got to play with them. Got to play with KD and Russ. Got to play with LeBron. So like he has a lot of relevancy of things he can talk about. And even after the fact, he was a champion. So yeah, boom, you have that. You're never gonna see like right now. No disrespect, you're not gonna see a Tyler Hero get a job until he gets like a ring like that. If he decided to just straight up go out and talk, Duncan Robinson might get one because he's been talking on JJ Redick's podcast and other people. Like he'll go on other players' podcasts and talk on there.
Like Steph Curry get one.
Yeah. Definite ring, MVP, 2-time MVP, finals MVP, 4 rings. That's easy. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? Now it's the middle of the road guys that really haven't won, but they're not like necessarily special, but people know them. You can get on an internet show, do your own podcast, and you got to prove it. That's just what it is. But no, the NBA, man, it's been looking real good. The one thing I've been liking about the NBA, it has been looking a lot more competitive, man. At least from what I've been seeing since they said the ratings was down, right? I think the deadline drama definitely turned everything up. You got Luka.
After the NBA traded anybody that could be traded, I think everybody was like, damn, let me play.
Yeah.
Even Joel Embiid was like, yo, I had to start playing because I thought I was gonna get traded, and I'm like, what the fuck? But then,
and then now he got to do his surgery, so they can't.
And then
can't trade
they
him
say
anyways.
Philadelphia between Tyrese Maxey,
Mm-hmm.
Paul George, and Joel Embiid. They spent $700 million, and they only played 13 games together.
Yeah, they're like the Brooklyn Nets back in with how they had Kyrie, James Harden, and KD.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. They only played a limited amount of games together. Like they're one of those teams right now. Is they do need to shut it down because you can get one more like good player and really go on a real run. They just need to draft like a really good rookie.
Or if Paul George actually start playing for real. Like.
No, for sure. Paul George has to live up to his contract. This is all being said with everybody playing their roles to the maximum and everybody being healthy. This is like a quote unquote fantasy world because that's like you're asking Paul George and Joel Embiid to be healthy. Who the fuck is gonna ever see that happen? I don't know. That's something I wouldn't necessarily bet on because with me, if I got like a hurt player like Embiid, right?
Yeah. You
gotta get two other stars with them or another star with them that hey, they're a 70 game. They play 70 games no matter what the fuck is going on.
For real.
You know who actually plays that? We just looked it up today. Jason Tatum plays that, and Anthony Edwards.
But Jason Tatum barely get hurt though. That's the thing. A lot of people downplay Jason Tatum, but believe it or not, dog. The only thing that upsets me about him is that you can see when he gives up. Like you can really see when he give up. Like that time that Curry went on a mean tear. Like that nigga gave up, dog.
Oh yeah. Tatum.
Yeah. He be giving up. That's the only thing about him. Like
yeah, he does hang his head a little bit low. He doesn't have that. Sometimes, all right. And we were speaking about this, not to switch up the subject so much. We're still in the NBA sphere, but all right, if you had to put your money on like who's going to be the next quote unquote face of the NBA, if it's an American player, that's the caveat. Who would you have it on with some of these young stars out there? You know, I'll let you just pick it up from there.
Honestly, it wouldn't be Anthony Edwards because that nigga just disowned one of his kids.
When did that happen? Just this past week?
Yeah.
Huh?
He said he don't want nothing to do with a little. Listen, man.
But is it proven or is that like a Mariah Mills situation?
No, he keeps saying it. He keeps saying this shit. He keeps saying it. Like, here's what I'm saying to you, right?
Did he say it like verbally or did he say it just on a text? That's what I'm asking.
No, he keeps he doesn't. It's a court thing that he don't want nothing to do with a child at all. Like he kind of doing what what's that basketball player? The nigga who got the Carmelo. He kind of doing that shit.
All right, but with that being said, right?
But here's my thing though, right?
Go ahead.
No kid asked to be here, bro.
No, for sure.
No kid asked to be here, though, right? You're you're $1 million nigga selling shoes, bro. The fuck you talking about? You don't want nothing to do with a fucking jit, like nigga. The fuck, the jit ain't asked to be here. You know what I'm saying? And that off the perspective off of that, yeah, you don't deserve to be the face of nothing, but your own fucking brand. And I mean, I don't personally know you, but that's some. I ain't rocking with that shit. I don't give a fuck. I ain't rocking with that shit. That shit lame.
No, I can see where you're coming from that, especially being a father.
No, that shit lame.
Now I'm gonna, I like to play devil's advocate, so I'm gonna go ahead and play devil's advocate. I think even Mark might have said this morning. He's like, "What about if she was, he told her from the jump, hey, this is just a me and you thing, wasn't shooting up the club, and she, this is all allegedly, this is conspiracy theories, if she grabbed the condom or whatever,
if she set him up." Then I can understand that, right? Then I understand that. But at the end of the day, right? The jit's here.
No,
right?
the jit's here.
The jit's here, and then the jit gonna fucking
this
look like.
This is a reoccurring thing where he's probably speaking from frustration too. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not just a 1-2 time. This is like every time I just am out just trying to have a little bit of fun. These chicks is literally trying to trap me every time. It ain't even.
But this is your fault though, right? Why don't you do the Drake shit and put the fucking hot sauce in the rubber, nigga? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, My thing is, man.
You gotta remember these guys aren't. He's played in the NBA a decent amount of years, but he's not necessarily a vet. You know what I'm saying? If Anthony Edwards goes on anybody's team, he's the best player, and possibly the captain, but he's nobody's veteran yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. But
and one thing too, do you think the NBA at this point after the pandemic, you know, the softening of you got all these ex-athletes telling the stories now. You had the Last Dance where you kind of see niggas smoking and drinking beers in the back. Like the curtain's kind of pulled a little bit now. Do you think they care so much to go with the All-American? Like I think they're going All-American one last time. This is the last hurrah for niggas being the American guy being the face of the league. I think this is like their last try and straw. You get what I'm saying?
Listen to me, man. It was supposed to be either Wemby or fucking Nicola, dog.
No, but if it's gonna be Wemby, right? If it's gonna be Wemby, why aren't they like pushing him? Like he's hurt now, so obviously you got to fall back. But
I mean, they were in the beginning.
But they never say, "Yo, this is the." Like they would have had the media say, "Yeah, this is the new face of the league," or had arguments and made them say,
"Yeah," but they didn't have arguments. Who else?
No, they kept saying All-American players. Every argument from outside podcast to people that's doing the inside podcast, they're talking about Jason Tatum. They're talking about Anthony Edwards, possibly Ja Morant. What's the name story was a little bit too wild.
Cool.
Fucking Zion, so they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They really felt
he can't be the face because he don't play.
That's also another thing too. Had just with a skill set, had he was
Ja Morant,
if he played 70 games throughout his career, he's the face of the league without a doubt.
Ja Morant could have been, right, but I'm not knocking the gun.
I don't think it's over for him.
It's not the gun thing. It's the fact that he barely plays too, dog.
No, that's the part where I was saying that's
thing.
his issue. He doesn't play enough because when we looked up the stats, Jason Tatum plays 72 games. Anthony Edwards plays 73 games on average. Yeah. So that's why for me, I'm like, if I'm looking at it, I'm like, games played is a big thing.
It would have to be Tatum, but Tatum too soft.
And Tatum is so far he's like the traditional guy, and I think people are looking for a basketball Trump. Almost, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's disruptive, but also this is why I think Anthony Edwards still has a chance. I don't think it's completely over for him.
And Tatum's quiet. Like there's you don't see Tatum doing like no funny commercials. Right?
He got mad commercials, but nothing.
He has mad commercials, but none of them are funny.
None of them are funny, and
none of them are like.
And there's and there's no like shock value to him. With Anthony Edwards, he might do something to shock you in the game with his game, and even outside of the court once in a while.
Oh, but Shai is Canadian.
That's what I'm saying. It would be Shai. Let Shai Gilgeous be American. Yes, they would have picked him. He would have been the fashion boy. You in a quiet city, so we know you're not going to get really in trouble. So we straight. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have definitely picked him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't nobody right now. The NBA. Listen, why did it? All right. So my thing is, why does it have to be a face of the NBA? Why does it have to be a face?
It's always kind of been for a good little minute.
Who was the last face?
All right. I can start it from the rebrand. I'm just saying the rebrand was Jordan. You know, from not Jordan, but Magic Bird, then Jordan, then you had Kobe for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe had the case. They had to move on to LeBron right when he got in. Kobe had the case right in LeBron's like first year, or right before he got to the first year. So LeBron gets drafted, and then boom, this nigga LeBron ends up running it for however long. Then you have the Steph Curry kind of in between era. You know what I'm saying? So then you could say it's between LeBron and Steph right now, depending on who you like. And now, like I said, they're going to try to do it one more time with an American player. But so far, everybody that could be the face is usually like a player out of the country. So the thing that they've been striving for this whole time, right?
Who's the face of the NFL?
NFL? Oh, you can say Patrick Mahomes right now. You can say Patrick Mahomes, or you can say like, oh yeah, probably Pat Pat's probably the best one, or like they would probably pick the Kelsey maybe, but he hasn't been playing well enough to necessarily warrant that. But guys like that, Lamar Jackson could easily. Lamar Jackson's probably like the players and people's choice. But
what about Jalen?
Jalen Hurts, soon enough. He just probably another ring would probably solidify him in that.
And what about?
He's kind of like on the Tatum thing right now. You're clean. You do.
What about Saquon? I mean, he's a family man.
He is a family man.
He does play. He does play. Give his best every game. And I mean,
Saquon is big, but it's usually pause. Pause that. That was crazy. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Correction Clark. But like with Saquon, I just never seen them actually fully choose a running back. If they were gonna do it, they really did it for like Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Like it's usually. It's typically
now would be the perfect time. I mean,
it's typically from what I've always seen has always been.
He has the best story. He went from a team that didn't want to pay him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was a great running back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went to Philly and changed the whole dynamic of the fucking running game, because honestly, nobody else was other than Derrick Henry. Nobody was really nobody's really running like him, dog.
You're right.
So I mean, I don't, what I'm saying, even though Derrick Henry didn't get as much yards a game, like get 200 a game, he was averaging damn near 17, 18 a fucking year.
No, you're right. And that's the thing. Like I said, it's the. I think we were talking about the other day too, how the NFL likes to draft their quarterbacks. They try to make sure you come from a 2-parent home, the family system. It's almost the same values that you're kind of pushing on these NBA guys, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what you were projecting. Like, hey, you got a kid, take care of it, things like that. And having all like
Saquon don't be in the news.
And I'm not saying he has all the cachet to be a possible face of the league, but the running back life and the shelf life is so much shorter that they don't want to necessarily do that too, because a QB can play somewhat hurt, and more likely than not, they're running their team, they're doing everything. They're usually talking to the quarterback all the time. It's set up for the quarterback to be the star. They're the highest paid. More times than not. So yeah, I would still say traditionally they're always gonna, like, if Shedeur,
and the team is all centered around the quarterback.
Yeah, if Shedeur is balling, like Shedeur's perfect. Like would be a perfect example. Somebody that's like loud on the field but produces. Yeah. And then off the field, you don't really hear too much about it. They might have like a little in the future. You might have like a celebrity girlfriend or something that he's messing with. But other than that, he gonna be chill. I don't think there's gonna be too much with Shedeur off the field.
His dad ain't going for that shit.
Yeah. His dad probably told him like, expect this, expect that, and it's not gonna be nothing new. And if you're in pressure situations all the time, even if it's that pressure, it's gonna be a little bit different, because you're gonna be moving. You're gonna think a lot faster and move a lot slower in certain situations like that. You're like, you might think about the whole convo his pops is talking about before, like, all right, man, we ain't gonna have my security pack this guy out. We're just gonna go ahead and leave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here's a boom, boom, boom. Have the manager is on the side, pay for the check, and just be out. You know what I mean? Just little shit like that. That's the part where you being, you having a father that's been a star, mm-hmm. and you potentially being the star of this next NFL franchise. So it's just a lot of good things with that. There's a lot of NBA players' sons that's going to be dealing with that. Speaking of which, did you see LeBron and Stephen A. Smith?
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about that? Father of the Year.
LeBron,
Stay off the weed.
LeBron has always been like a little bitchy to me anyway, like these past couple of years. And one thing I don't like about LeBron feels like certain things doesn't abide by him. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, dog, once you're in the media, that's what I hate with people, right? That's what I hate with celebrities. That's what I hate with. Doesn't matter if you're a basketball player or whatever, dog. Once you're in the media, dog. Once you're in that spotlight, once you're in that limelight, that you fucking let people in, dog. That's just what it is, bro. At the end of the day, dog, you gotta take the good with the bad, bro. Like, you want niggas to fucking just pause when I say this. Love you all the time, like niggas is not gonna fucking. Like, you gonna have you haters, like, fuck, nigga, like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, this nigga acting like this nigga is the fucking best player in the world. Like, bro,
Facts.
Bryce is 10 times, 100 times better than this nigga. The fuck are we talking about right now, dog? Like, come on, bro. This nigga was drafted, right? Drafted, didn't play good, and then sent to the fucking G League, my nigga. Embarrassing, nigga. Embarrassing. Like, who the fuck?
Embarrassing.
Like, come on, dog. Like, let's be real, dog. Like, you acting like that, like this nigga came out the gate balling like a motherfucker, dog. And nah, nigga, the nigga sorry, dog. He trashed, nigga. Like, we all know, nigga. Like, the only reason why he got we all know the reason why he got in the fucking NBA anyway, nigga. Right? And I hate to say it, nigga, but you was about to die, nigga. So niggas felt bad for you, nigga. And it was like, fuck it, nigga. We might as well draft you, nigga. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. Let's be real, man. Like, nigga, you not that good, nigga. Like, fuck out of here, man.
Nah, I feel that. Nah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, all right. My thing is, I understand as a father, like, even though I'm not a father, but I understand the feeling of wanting to protect your kids. But at the same time, it's the Tony Yayo the 50 Cent to Tony Yayo combo he should have had with Bronny. I say, hey, you are now public property. You know what I'm saying? You remember that? Remember Tony Yayo was talking about that on Vlad? He was literally saying, he's like, hey, you're now public property, so you're going to have a lot of shit come your way from, you know, people trying to sue you to slandering your name to anything. So you just got to understand that's what comes with it.
It's part of the fucking game.
Yeah, it's part of the game. And then also, you know, like, I do love Gilbert Arenas' show, for sure. Like, all the guys on there, they do make some good points at different topics. Sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't, but very entertaining, very informative whenever they really on their shit. For real,
you don't think Gilbert Arenas' son gonna have to face the same shit?
Nah, and I
don't think fucking.
And
look, you know whose son is not that.
Mm-hmm.
You know whose son's not that good, but no, I would say not that good, but his son is just like him, Carmelo Anthony. His son is just a player just like him, right? He's gonna be phenomenal at doing
Anthony going to Syracuse.
He's gonna be doing phenomenal, doing what he do, dunking, making threes. Right? He just gotta make the right decision when it comes to making a team. And I hope his dad is there for him, so he don't follow the same.
Yeah, he's on Syracuse.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying, like, when it comes to the NBA trade, because remember, Anthony could have had a ring, 2 rings, maybe 3.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And it's all because he didn't make the right NBA moves, though. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope that his dad, like I said, he's a player like his dad. I don't see nothing phenomenal about him, right?
And this is what
it's no disrespect.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm gonna tell you 2 phenomenal players like that, or 3, I mean 4, right? Like you said, the Boozers brothers.
Yeah, they're gonna be in there.
The fucking
they're gonna be
Jason Richardson's son. Right? Fucking
yeah, he's gonna be there.
Gilbert Arenas' son.
Ron Harper's son.
I haven't seen him yet.
He's gonna be in the league next year.
I haven't seen him yet.
He plays with this kid named Ace Bailey. I forgot it's a white and red team. I don't know if it's Alabama.
Oh, Jamal Crawford.
Crawford's kids should be there. Yep.
His son is definitely balling. And that's what I'm saying to you. Like, if you ain't and Bryce, right? But Bryce ain't I don't think Bryce there yet, but what I'm saying is, if them niggas ain't balling like the rest of these niggas, man, come on, bro. And Bronny's not even on that level, dog. The balling how the fuck the rest of these niggas is balling, right? Like, come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel bad for Dwayne's son, though. The one that could have been a baller, or he playing overseas though.
I mean, all right. Well, that's the thing too, right? With a lot of these other ballers, Dwayne Wade had his kids super early. So by the time he was even going to have time to give them the proper game, it was already too late. Because even with Bronny, right, which was his first son, he had him early, but not that early. You get what I'm saying? And he's still young enough to where if his kid's around, he's been in the game long enough to, hey, yeah, just come to the practice and this and that. And the pandemic happened too.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what Bronny got to do with all, just nothing but train with all those players and their practices when he's having everybody come through to his crib in his gym. Like, hey, yeah, we can't host. Hey, we're gonna do some quiet practices at my spot. Yeah, we'll have all the proper medical people and da 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 da. Whoever's wife is trying to shut it down, we get it. But y'all bring in the money, nigga. We bring in the money. They the ones sitting at home and enjoying it. So, you know what I'm saying? We need to actually practice and get our... That's why they actually won, too, because they actually were probably way more active than a lot of other teams. You get what I'm saying? Because that was a real thing. So, Bronny, during that time, was really getting some real game and practice in. But back to the topic that we were talking about, like, you do need to understand that all these kids are going to face, like, Kenyon Martin. They're going to face scrutiny, and then...
Look at Kenyon Martin's son. He's not that good, and
I think actually he's a very serviceable player.
Yeah, he's not that. He's not
Kenyon Martin, because Kenyon Martin, you got to think that's the first overall pick, right? And I do understand why people try to bring up.
Oh, this nigga.
No, I'm saying I do understand why people try to bring up Bronny being the second in the second round as like the 55th pick or whatever. I'm like, bro, I get it. I completely get it. But my only issue is that he was also like, he's the number one rookie selling jersey.
Who?
Bronny.
Okay.
By far. He's like a top selling jersey, period. So he's one of the top selling jerseys. He's also was one of the top NIL earners. And you're also LeBron James' son. So it's threefold of things that you're not the usual, and you're on clutch. So you're not the usual typical second rounder of everybody else. You're not the same, bro. Like, respectfully, you're not.
So he shouldn't be playing like it.
No, I'm not saying he shouldn't be playing like a second round, but I'm saying the criticism is somewhat fair because just everything else that's been built up around him, not necessarily his fault. I'm just saying, yes, your situation is different than everybody else. Like, hey, man, everybody, all these kids go to school, right? Think about it, right? All these kids go to school, right? So if everybody goes to school, not everybody has the same dynamic in the household. It's all different. Some parents are gonna have more money, ride their car in a luxury car and come to school. Some might have to take the bus. Some might have to only got one parent. Some might be living with a foster home. We don't know. It's all different things, but they all go into the school. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how tall is Luka? Like 6'5"?
6'6", 6'7". He's a big point guard. Basically, they have him guard small forwards, and they usually have a point guard out there, but the point guard is usually a shooter and a non-playmaker. Before, I mean, he did play with Jalen Brunson, did play with Kyrie, but in this team setup, it was like they have big point guard to be either Austin Reeves bringing up the ball, him bringing up the ball, LeBron bringing up the ball, and it's him first bringing up the ball and making the decisions. And then it's Luka. I mean, it's Luka, then LeBron, then Austin. That's usually how that goes. But yeah, with Bronny though, yeah, his situation is completely different. Like, I think Gilbert Arenas' son is going to face some scrutiny here and there. You know what I'm saying? But I like the way I've seen like literal videos of him training his son, and like what he told him. He's like, I didn't push basketball on him. I told him, whenever you want to actually take it serious and you fall in love with the shit, then you can ask me to train you. And, you know, I'll lay out the rules of what it is. If you agree to it, then I'll train you, but you have to be serious. You could agree to it or not agree to it. I'm not gonna fault you either way.
Who said that?
Gilbert Arenas to his son, to Elijah. He told him, and then he's like, "You're gonna have to wake up 4:00 in the morning every day.
Oh yeah,
Get a gang of shots. Do this." He also didn't put him on a big team like Sierra Canyon. He made sure he was on a pretty sorry team, so he has to carry the team and do essentially everything. So you learn how to be a rebounder, learn how to get your guys involved, make them better, all that shit.
So if you lose, it's on you.
It's on you. It ain't.
You're the best player on the team.
Yeah, you're not just playing with a bunch of other NBA sons and just winning off rings, and you're just, hey, you're a spot up shooter in the corner. How do you actually learn how to get better? Just playing one role. In the beginning, you should probably learn a little bit of everything, so you have the appreciation of like, okay, you're a star player or just a role player.
Is this team winning?
No, this team, I think they're going far into the playoffs. I think they're damn near about to be at state. But remember, there's bad different divisions. There's like 4 or 5 divisions.
But I just want to make sure that.
No, the team ain't just like it's not like a team that doesn't have a shot. They still got like a player or two. I just don't think they're all NBA players. You know, you might have one other player going to college or 2 other players going to college. Like they're like a big, you know what I'm saying?
What team Carlos Boozer your son play for?
I forgot, but those kids are pretty good too. They're looking like, from what I've seen, one's going to be a lottery pick, early first round, and the other one's going to still be in the first round later in the first round.
He trained them himself.
Mm-hmm. When you're an NBA player, you get to train your sons, of course, and then you put them in really good programs or competitive programs, and then usually,
like, his sons are shooters.
One's like kind of plays like a post guy, but I think he's probably going to be more of a small forward, power forward, in my opinion. And then the other one's like a guard. So, you know, that's like.
You got Steph Curry shot or not really?
No, I ain't gonna say Steph Curry shot. Steph Curry shot is all time, dog. Like, you gotta remember, like, if you want to say like Ray Allen or somebody that's like second, third, fourth, we could go with that. Steph Curry shot is just different.
Disgusting, yeah.
Yeah, like, this nigga's different. But I think all those kids are gonna be good, but they're also gonna all face criticism for sure. Like, and one thing I will be a fan of is, like, I'm just gonna say none of these guys are gonna be their fathers for the most part. It's rare to get a son to play better than their actual father. Like, most of the time in technology, it gets better. You know, they're gonna have like better things, but it's hard to be like a star of an NBA team, dog. Like, just look at the West. Like, you know how many good teams on the West? You could probably name me 6, 7 good teams that can give a run for his money right now in the West. Right now. You know what I'm saying? So
big facts.
So imagine being a star of one of those teams, and you're still in contention and all of that. Nigga, LaMelo's a star and he has no chance to win the finals right now. You get what I'm saying?
For real.
But he is the star of that team.
That is true.
It's not easy. So that's all I'm saying. Like, Boozer was one of the stars. So okay, Connect. That's the first time I've finally seen you actually finish the dunk. That should always be rattling out. Okay.
That shit was disgusting.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, I think just in general, like with how the game is played right now, I think it's really exciting. I think the NBA ratings are probably now at a where they needed to be, because I know they were trying to have this theory that, you know, the ratings are down, but you got to remember the ratings got to be down because it's not in, like, the NBA is not really played on national TV like that. Most of the games are you gotta pay for it. It's through
exactly.
Yeah, it's not the NBA.
Yeah.
It's not the NBA anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, the NBA is like, it's not the NFL. The NFL, you can watch a couple games on regular TV, Fox, CBS.
Does the NBA still come on TNT? They don't have TNT no more, right?
No, TNT is still there, but that's cable. You're still paying for it.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody got TNT though.
Yeah, and everybody doesn't have cable TV though.
That is true.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So, like, most people don't get to watch if you got no cable TV.
Most people are just streaming.
Yeah, like if you don't have any cable for something, like let's say you just like in the house, you don't got cable, but you have internet, right?
Yeah, and
You're gonna find a streaming platform to watch it on, or you got no shot to watch your local team or anything on TV. Deadass. You cannot watch from local TV to go watch. I don't think there's FanDuel on local TV. I promise you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, you're right. And nobody's gonna pay $10.99 for one streaming service.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you can get a bundle. Yeah.
My point exactly. So that's why it's like, yeah, of course it's down, but how do you actually watch these things?
It's crazy because NFL is basically on every like family, you want to say family streaming service. You know what I'm saying? They on Disney. They on fucking Paramount. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they on pause Peacock.
No,
so,
pause.
That's what I said. That's why I said pause.
That's a fact. Good pause.
But and then that's why I say that's why they gonna win. But NBA. And then now, oh yeah, they on Prime every Thursday and Monday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, they make it to a way where they're gonna win. I see it,
and I think, and I personally think that's what's gonna eventually happen with the NFL, like because they have like a lot of different licenses too going out. Netflix is getting involved.
I forgot about that.
You got Amazon involved, NFL Network, Red Zone. So it's. I think they're going to start seeing the value in that too. But I am glad that I believe NBC is back in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's back on regular TV. NBA is back on actual cable, like non-cable television.
What other game is on?
You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're in non-actual cable television now. So there is a nice chance to be able to watch that. That's not a bad thing. Okay. That's a good game. Yeah, man. So what's next on the list, brother?
Tech Stone got caught smuggling drugs in prison.
Come on, Tax.
Convicted.
Come on, beloved.
Yeah. That was lame.
What are you trying to do? I mean, how long is his sentence? He's got like a 15, 20-year sentence or some crazy shit like that.
So basically, they found they would like put out a string and like catch some shit pulling back some like weed and lighters and
like outside of the building.
Yeah. And they got caught.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
So if you get 10 more years or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
smuggling contraband. Yeah, I'll do it. You gotta have a lot lighter hustle than that because once it's contraband, like I don't think they give a fuck about the phones as much because they have like little receivers and catchers that catch damn near every conversation, even if it's outside phone, anyways. So that's one thing. So either way, he was gonna get caught. But once it's contraband, though, yeah, they might slap on that extra probably give him 5 or 10. And he's probably sitting in solitary for a couple months now. Like that's not fun.
Fun at all, man.
Yeah, that's not fun for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure in general population, him being tax stone probably got him some good stripes for a good little while. You know what I'm saying?
And then rest in peace to GS Lonnie or Ronnie or whatever his name. Ronnie GS. Ronnie, I'm not gonna say whatever his name is. Ronnie, recipes to him. You know what I'm saying? Gunned down at the gas station. That was crazy.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that whole scenario? I don't know what it's about. Usually,
no. I mean, I don't know.
Usually, you kind of
usually it's like gang shit.
Yeah. Usually you kind of get the gist of why it happened overall. Because even with the dually cat, you're like, okay, yeah, he was just going around disrespecting everybody.
I mean, ain't nothing really pop off about it yet. But like I said, I mean, I know his camp was beefing with Sauce Walker camp at one point. I mean, I don't know if it ever squashed or whatever, but
yeah, I heard he didn't give no statements on that or nothing. I'm pretty sure probably just one of those like, I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think it's them because it could just be something that happened.
No, I don't think it's him. I mean,
Yeah,
I pray it's not him.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Sauce Walker is out to lose money at this point in his life. You know what I'm saying? Doing something that dumb. You watch all these cats going to jail doing shit. It's like, nigga, don't do nothing in my name.
For real.
Yeah, at all.
But I ain't gonna lie. That was like I said, man. Like if you're gonna do something, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't take out the jit too. But damn, that's crazy. You don't got to kill the kid. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I think I talked about this the other day too. I said honestly, like it was two dudes, right?
Yeah.
With guns, pretty big guns. It wasn't like just handguns, right?
No, it was no handgun. I'm sure.
See, that's the thing. I was like, they couldn't have just like snuck or like pulled up, parked, like kind of once you seen them, boom, pull up, park, get somewhat close or whatever, and then just pulled up right on them and do what you needed to do, like damn near execution style. Like not saying I'm condoning it, but like.
You damn near chase this nigga around the whole fucking
Nah, but they just shot him from a distance looking over the corner and had the guns out. In my opinion, if you were able to park and kind of get close enough to where they don't see them big ass fucking army guns that you got, you know what I'm saying? The Call of Duty guns, maybe you could just pull hey, it's over for you. It's lights out. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, it's gonna hit the target. Nobody else has to get hurt. You get what I'm saying? Like that could have been
that could have been one too. Yeah,
you had two people for a reason. Why are y'all shooting for so far?
Why y'all chasing this nigga
around
the whole fucking...
It's okay to I get it's natural to run if he happens to see it. Okay, cool. You could have had one flank, the other one on the other side, trapped. All right, boom, 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 done. Y'all go about y'all piece, whatever.
Supposedly there's a...
It's never not going to not be brutal, but at the end of the day, you get your target without hurting anybody else.
True.
Because I don't think you go on that mission wanting to hurt their daughter. I mean, unless you heard something about that.
I mean, I don't know. But I don't think people care now these days. I think that when they just shoot, they just shoot. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Bullet,
but he had a daughter with him, so
no, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like
maybe they was thinking maybe she could identify him, but you're already identified by the fucking camera.
Nah, it's not even identified. Nothing. It's a 4-year-old or 5-year-old. They can't. If you got mask on, that was a couple dark skinned dudes with a mask on.
True.
There's not much you can say. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, they just ain't care. That's all that was.
That's all I'm saying. There's not much you can say. You get up there, boom, boom, get up on them close. Because now, to me, from what I know of, like, I've never been to prison. You know what I mean? I've been to jail once or twice, but it's always been on some like stay one night, get out. You know what I mean? So, but from what I could tell, you'll probably get fucked up in there being a kid shooter. It's just a simple fact that's probably gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And then you're also gonna have that on your conscience too. On top of that, so it's not just the dude that you killed. It's probably gonna be the daughter and all that. You got that on your conscience.
I mean, they're gonna put you under the ground. I mean, look what they did. Look what they did for the niggas that killed Young Dolph. Look what they did for the nigga that killed Nipsey Hussle.
Oh yeah, no, you're just gonna get. I don't know if you get death sentences anymore, but they're definitely gonna still, life on life on life. That's for sure that's gonna happen to those guys. But like I said, it's not gonna be. They're gonna be in there so long that the first bunch of years is gonna be rough until the point where people are damn near gonna forget about why the fuck these guys are even in there. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to make. I hope that shit was worth it, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Usually never is. Usually, for the most part, it usually never is because it's usually over some ego shit.
Or
even even the tax loan thing, you know what I'm saying? I was over like all shit talking because nobody actually got hurt until they met up, and that was all ego shit. You know what I'm saying?
But who had the gun though?
I think it might have been. I don't know.
I thought Troy had the gun.
Troy had the gun?
I thought Troy had the gun and then Taxstone took it from him and then shot him. Some shit like that.
I'm surprised you even go to jail.
I thought that's what happened.
Yeah, but if that's either way, gunplay either way happen. You know what I'm saying?
And you're supposed to have a gun in New York. So.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I guess it's whoever pulls the trigger. That's who it's on. You know what I mean? But even with that being said, right? Like, I still think that was all ego shit because nobody was fighting beforehand. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, y'all made it physical when y'all finally met up, and that was not the place for it. Like, if one of them would have been like, I don't give a fuck about this shit like that.
Yeah, not in the crowd.
That's all it took. Like, I don't really give a fuck about it like that. Y'all really young.
And I think where it got worse was because there was people there. It was in a crowd of people. So usually when there's other lives at stake, you know what I mean, they ain't got nothing to do with it.
And shit, people got hurt behind that. There was a lady that got, hurt behind that.
Trampled or something like that.
Trampled. I think some lady got shot near the eye or some shit like that. So
how many shots went off? It was a lot.
Enough for other people to get hurt.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And somebody to die. So
they both had guns in.
No, I think even if he took it off him, I think it was what he went in that rage of trying to chase him down and go for Troy. So when he was shooting, he was shooting while Troy was in the crowd, like not trying to get up close on him or nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like, and that's where they were probably like, we had you we had you for the banger part, but we weren't going to really trip off of that. You're going to do some time for shooting the gun, but now you're in here for a long time for chasing him down. He has his back to you. Even in a stand your ground state like we're in, you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit in Texas either. You can't chase him down. Like if we're both facing each other and you're coming towards me and it's a anger thing and da 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 da. Feel like my life could be threatened, and boom, you know what I mean?
Once he turns his back.
Once you start turning your back, you're like, hey, nah, I don't want none of the problems, and I start to pull the trigger, life. You know what I'm saying? Life. It's just that simple. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, you can't do none of that stuff, man. That's why, like, it's pretty much when you do have a gun, you only got to use it when it's unsuspected action coming towards you for the most part. I think suspected action as far as like, okay, these dudes are going to be on some bullshit. And then as long as it's not a crowd of them, you can kind of like, all right, this ain't going to be like my life is over. You might just want to talk some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Whatever. This is a stand down moment. You know what I mean? As far as like the gun, right? Or the weapon, whatever weapon of choice you may have. But yeah, that shit, like overall, like for the most part, all that shit is dumb as hell to me. It's just dumb as hell. What do you think though? Like,
listen, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Listen, once you're in regular people do it too. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like once you're in a state, you know what I mean, you got money, you know what I'm saying, and certainly people just be feeling like they could do street shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why. And this is one of the reasons why I don't really go to hood functions or nigga shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Very limited for me.
No, I like to party with my white folks. You know what I'm saying?
I think people finally understand why I was doing that. I'm like, hey, it's
you know
just,
what I'm saying?
you don't, there's gonna be no drama. You can laugh at some bullshit that you probably never really seen before. Get in, get out. There's gonna be a lot of drinks. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of drinks, a lot of women there. Hey, I'm cool. I'll do that.
And that's one of the reasons. One of my people was like, "Damn, why you was in Miami? Why you was in Miami?" I'm like, "Bro, in Miami, bro." And don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? In Miami, though, Miami brings all different types of people. Broward does it too, but Miami, it brings all different types of people, dog. You get anybody from anywhere at any time, dog. I'm talking about Peru, Chile, like, you know what I'm saying? And just anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere in Europe, you could get anybody at any given time, man. And everybody just want to have fun, though. Like, nobody's on that rah-rah shit, dog.
Yeah,
like, you know
and that's the main thing. Like,
and at this point in my life, dog, I'm just trying to live peacefully, man. And that's all I'm on, though. I'm on some just trying to enjoy my shit, though. That's why it ain't, if I'm stepping out, or you know what I'm saying, it's somewhere different, rooftop, nice vibe, DJ spinning, man, and I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be doing my thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm on too, honestly, because real talk, yeah, like who the hell wants to go out, dress up, and then like unless
Ducking
I'm
shots.
and now you got to duck shots, or even just seeing a fight that up close, like unless I'm going to the function to see the fight, literally I'm going to this backyard brawl shit, or you know, this UFC or MMA event or boxing event.
Exactly.
Other than that, I don't really care to see the fights out there like that no more, because it's like y'all really dressed up, got fly, spent money just to go run a fade out in one of your best outfits. I know this is one of your best outfits because you
nobody's coming out in no crazy
like,
shit. Yeah,
like you ain't coming out in your house clothes. I know that. So
and all
it's one of your better fits that you're out, you're wearing. You decided to fight. Like, come on now, let's be real. You didn't want to do that, but. Both of y'all had egos where y'all weren't gonna step down on it.
And most times, all you gotta do is say, "My bad." Dog. You know what I'm saying?
More times than not, and niggas usually let it go. There's only a few people that's like, nah, but it's rare nowadays. Back in the day, niggas would always try to stand on it. Not all the time, but there was a few times where you would see a nigga stand on some bullshit, even when the nigga said my bad. But other than that, more times than not, a nigga gonna be like, oh yeah, he's drunk. Hey, my bad, dog. Da 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 da. Or the friend of the person who fucked up be like, oh, my bad, he just fucked up, bro. You know, boom. And that's it. I remember during my birthday one time, I forgot this. I was with I think this white boy David. This boy was drunk as hell. Dog. So like, but it's funny because that same day I went from pork and beans to film something, and after that went to go change, dress up. And then we pulled up at his dad's skybox. So it was like most randomest day. But then he's like faded. I was still somewhat like, I was buzzed, but I wasn't like faded because I had a long day anyway. So I was like, I don't want to go too crazy. Mm-hmm. But, you know, just have a nice enough night. We went out in Los Olas when Los Olas was popping, walking the streets or whatever, going to a couple bars, a couple clubs or whatever. Thinking, randomly pushed somebody like, yeah, you want to fight? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, yo, my homeboy is drunk. And it was like, dude was ready to squabble. And I was like, yo, it's my birthday. Like, just for me, let it go. He was like, all right. And then he let it go. It was just like, let me be the rational one here. Cause I'm like, my nigga, that was so unwarranted. The nigga was just walking by you and step in front of you, didn't get out the way. No, there was no reason to just turn and push this dude. He just turned and pushed him. I'm like, hold on, dog, what are you doing? Say, you want to fight?
Matter of fact, I do. Like, yo.
He was thinking about it. It's like, you know what? Yeah, nigga, I'm ready to run this. I was like, nah.
I've been waiting to whoop somebody's ass all day. Thank you so much. I'm like, yo, you know
so
what?
much. No, I was just more like, nigga, I've been out all goddamn day. I only stopped by the crib once just for a quick little shower. I'm good. I'm not gonna be trying to stay out here even longer with cop presence. I got weed on me too. And it's not like during the time it's not during the time where it was medically legal. You know what I mean? Okay. I really didn't. I was just like, yeah, let's just not get this shit hot for no reason.
We're going to jail on the weekend in there for 2 days.
You know what I'm saying? For a one nighter, you spending the whole weekend. You got the +1 day for no reason. And now you got to wonder where the fuck your car's at. This is at. You might have to call in, and damn if you can call in to work. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of drama you just put yourself in for no reason. They got backyard brawls for that shit and boxing classes and all that shit for that.
What an anger issue you got, nigga.
Hey, no, that's what I be telling niggas too. When they be like doing that shit on the basketball court or you playing, I'm like, y'all niggas dressed up in basketball shorts just to run a fade. Why don't y'all just go to the boxing gym if y'all being that tough? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be that tough, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B.
You be all right.
You be all right, nigga. You tough, right?
But pull up to the boxing gym and get on that type of level if it's that serious. That's why I be telling people straight up. If you're that tough, go to the boxing gym, go to the UFC gym, and just try to run the phase. See how that goes. You know where you're trying to get it at and where you're not trying to get it at. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. Hold on. That was some shit we seen the other. Oh yeah, Aaron the plumber. Seen your boy Aaron the plumber?
I don't know, boy.
Huh?
That ain't my boy. I don't even know who that nigga is.
20 versus 1 dude.
Still don't know who that.
Oh yeah, man. That shit's crazy though, man. That nigga did the kapatui. That shit's crazy. Hold on, let me check the topics too. Let's see what's up next. Next is Sharon. Oh yeah. You know what? I do see Jazz in the Gardens. On the topic. And that's the thing. I didn't know what the hell was going on over at the at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was like some traffic when I had to go down to Miami yesterday. I'm like, okay, I know it's spring break, but what the hell is going on over here? Because last time when they did Know Me in Miami, and I didn't really see who was like on that lineup, so I kind of understand now who was there. You know what I'm saying? After seeing like pictures and things like that, I was like, Jazz.
It was like Jock, Beanie Man. I mean, from what I've seen, Jock, Beanie Man, Dolce, Lauryn Hill, and some other people, but Jock was in some crazy ass like flowery shit. I don't know what the fuck this nigga had on.
Yeah, the auntie fit on.
It was crazy though. It was like
what he thought it was like it was a vacation flower shirt, like one of those type of shirts that you'd go on vacation with, or it's like an actual.
It was like it's a set, like a hoodie, and it got and it has
like them old school Spanish and them type of.
No.
Not one of those.
No, hold on. It has it's blue and it has the fuck called. It has. Damn.
Shut your bitch ass
What the fuck is that shit called, dog? Crochet, not crochet. Is it crochet? What's that type of material? I think it's crochet. Crochet when they use that type of. So yeah, it got crochet on it. Like it's a hoodie, but it got crochet on it. Like
Yeah, the hoodie out in that heat. God bless him.
But it had crochet on it. Damn, I gotta find this shit. They had this shit on this.
That sounds like a pretty good concert, though. I just wasn't expecting it to be there, even though it is obviously in Miami Gardens. I was kind of expecting it to be like in one of those parks or whatever like that.
I thought. I mean, honestly,
or at like in Nomi. You know how they had the Nomi shit, and I was looking at where Nomi was. I was like, okay, they might have it there.
That they did it there too.
Hmm?
It was kind of surprising that they did it there.
Yeah, because I seen a whole gang of tents. I'm like, yo, what? It looked like it was fairly like well set up. I'm like, hold on, they got a gang of tents over there. They got some decent traffic coming out of there. I was like, okay, this looks like it's something. It didn't look like it was weak.
Sorry, this is shit he had on.
Oh, it's the
that crochet shit.
Yeah, the niggas that be rocking those jeans, I guess, too. I think the nigga that be making them jeans with the flower jeans, he might have made that whole thing. Honestly,
that shit ugly as fuck.
Yeah, it is. Big stage though. Pretty big stage. I got it.
Niggas in the comments like, yo, that shit so fly. There's one girl was like, yo, women can't have nothing for themselves. I'm like, yo, facts, dog. Y'all niggas is like Van Cleef. Van Cleef is for fucking women.
Yeah,
right? Why the fuck is you niggas wearing this shit? Right? Like, last time I checked, yo, Chanel and Dior is for women, bro. Last time I checked, right? If I'm not mistaken, bro. Last time I checked, dog, Chanel and the two C's, nigga, the CC and Dior is for women, nigga. That's the last time I checked, dog. Last time I checked.
The only time.
Right?
The only time I let a nigga get away with rocking anything women's if it was your feet was small enough and it was sneakers. and it was a male colorway that should have been a male colorway. And they ain't never give the males the colorway. Because there was a couple ones I'm like, damn, that's a hard ass colorway, and you go to the other side and they don't have that colorway. Yeah. That's it. Not the pink version of anything. Nothing like that. Yeah. I'm talking about like if it was like some black with color, with the yellow trim, and like, you're like, damn, nigga,
for me, the last time I checked, I could have swore it. You know what I'm saying? So when I see niggas rocking Dior, when I see niggas rocking Chanel, I'm like, no. That shit confuses me, right? Like,
I don't
Gucci,
even,
listen.
I don't even rock unisex.
Gucci is for everybody, right? Fucking Louis Vuitton is for everybody, right? But there's certain brands, bro. Like Lululemon is for fucking women, bro. Right? Yeah, that's the last time I checked, dog.
Yeah, that's a fact. At least right? From
so when I see niggas,
that's like Skims to me.
Dog,
like
come on,
shit.
bro. Like, so when I see niggas rocking this shit, like
they might have a male section. It's just I just don't. It hasn't been promoted. At least to me, it hasn't been promoted as
why you think I ain't get no Fenty boxers, or why you think I ain't get no Fenty boxers? Because Fenty, right, was originally made for women, bro. Right now I'm getting Fenty boxers because it's made for men. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Oh, niggas is gonna cross over and do that shit. I'll tell you why. What happens with that, right? It's kind of like those shaving companies, because our razors are cheaper than women.
So why niggas is wearing?
No, I'm saying our male shaving, like, you know, just regular shavers, not the clippers or nothing. Like, if you get a razor, hear me out. Like, it's a lot cheaper than the women's one. So women would get the men's one, and then the men's company will eventually just make the women's version of it.
No, I get that. So
that's all I'm saying.
So you telling me that niggas is? So you telling me niggas gonna do the same thing you saying?
I'm not talking about with everything else. I'm just talking about because that to me is not acceptable, wearing anything that, like I said, if it's not sneakers, that's the colorways that should be a male. Like, if it's a custom.
I mean, do you agree with me, or am I tripping?
No, I agree with that. I wouldn't wear.
I thought
like I literally, I don't know if you heard me. I said I don't even wear unisex like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, nigga, wear what was intended to be y'all's. Like I said, the only thing is a couple colorways that should have been males. Y'all didn't give it to the males. Like, y'all had a couple colorways where I'm like, damn, the green and whites, for real. Like, a nigga will fuck with green, black, and white for sure on a colorway. A nigga will fuck with a motherfucking powder blue and a navy blue and white. You feel me?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, I agree, and I feel like whatever is meant for women should stay for women. Like, I don't think niggas should be rocking like, because it's designer, it's okay. Nah, nigga.
Nah, that's
like, that shit. That's
always like okay. That's always been weird to me when anybody rocks anything like feminine. Like, if you're rocking a skirt and it's not a fucking kilt, and you're not in a Scottish or playing the bagpipe, my nigga, it's curtains for you, in my personal opinion. Dress how you supposed to dress, but I get it. You know, be who you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping. I'm not doing any hate speech or nothing like that.
I'm not knocking.
Be who you're supposed to be. But at the same time, the only time I really let a dude slide with any type of wear, it's got to be like just sneakers. The only time I'm like, all right, yeah, they had the navy blue versions. All right, yeah, all right. All right, cool.
If rocking the dress is part of your culture, bro. And that's how everybody, from the men to the women, if that's how they was raised,
I'm
fine with it, bro. Yeah, like, I'm not knocking you for that, right? That's what I'm saying, right? Like you said, if you rocking a kilt, you get what I'm saying, and because you play a bagpipe and you Scottish, I agree with you, brother.
I agree with you. That's
bro.
But
if you just rocking it because you think it's fashion, bro, nah, bro, that's not it, man. Yeah, like, at the end of the day, like, I ain't gonna lie, I seen this dude do it, and I was like, bro,
I just never got the wearing the dress thing. Like, that's the one thing I've just never got. Even when these rappers do, I'm like, why did you decide to just throw on a dress randomly? Like
I ain't gonna lie, Playboy Cardi, you killing me with that shit. And I get it, bro. I guess, like, because you got any money, you could do everything you want. But at the end of the day, bro, there's niggas that follow you, though. Like, to the end of the day, dog. So at the end of the day, is this what you want? I guess that's what you want niggas to be doing.
I mean, I could show you I could do what I want by doing a billion other things besides putting on a dress. I'll tell you that. Like, shoot, I will reincarnate me. I'll reincarnate somebody. I'll fake like I'm walking on water. I'll do all of that over putting on a dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do all of that. You kidding me?
That's serious. Like, oh yeah. And then Dolce, speaking about that.
Yeah. How was Dolce's performance?
No. I mean, I don't want to talk about her performance. What I want to talk about is what the fuck she said. She was doing this hot wings shit.
Uh-huh.
And she with her DJ, and she was saying how one of her red flags is straight men. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How the fuck is that a red flag?
Mm-hmm.
To be a straight. So she rather her men to be, you know what I mean, bisexual because she date bisexual men.
I guess that's her better experience, but that's weird. That could be.
And like I said, everybody could like what they like, right? But my thing is, what are you pushing, bro?
No, not even that. How can you have a natural trust they're going to be faithful to you? Like everybody's a threat now when you really think about it.
But she's saying
no, think about it. If you're somewhat insecure, right? And you're like, all right, hey, man, I don't like my girl having guy friends or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they have guy friends, you're probably uncomfortable with them just going out and hanging out and shit like that. But if they have girlfriends, all right, it's cool. Hey, she's going out with her friends, da-da-da-da-da. Now, what happens when they're bi?
And they like both, right?
And they like both. So, like, there's, like, almost no comfort zone for the other person who's just into you at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
And she was also saying how she had a...
How does that work?
She had a where her bi men had a fucking boyfriend or whatever the case may be and cheated on her or something like that. And she's like, why you gotta cheat when, you know what I'm saying, it's okay? And I'm like, or something like that. I'm just like, bro, like what's going on? Like, I don't understand this. Like, what agenda are you pushing? That's my only thing. Like, if you want to be, and that's why I say, like, people look up to you. Like, kids look up to you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind you being who you are, right? But what agenda are you pushing on these people, right? Right? What agenda are you pushing these kids right now? Because kids is watching this shit. So you want a kid to be, you want a girl that's already, or a kid that's confused to be like, hey, you know what? Okay, it's cool. I like both too.
Nah, I think,
like,
and that's
come
the
on,
one.
Man. Like, give these people a fucking chance to decide. Like, you.
That's the one thing I've always
here,
noticed too. Like, they always try to push these artists to be ultra liberal. Like, and I understand. Like, hey, you're gonna have all fans from all fan bases, so don't alienate them for sure. Like, I would definitely tell you from being behind the scenes, hey, don't alienate
nobody, right?
Right? Like, I get it. But, like, what is your, naturally, how were you living before
all of this?
Like, were you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to push nobody away because I'll be like, nigga, we got gay people. If I'm a rapper, I got gay people coming out the show. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. That's not going to bother me because I'm not diving in the crowd like that anyways, for one. You know what I mean? Meet and greets, whatever. All right, cool. Pitch. All right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's not.
They're still human, right? They're
still people, but you're a fan supporting me, and
that's what I'm saying.
And that's the bottom goddamn line. But at the same time, like I said, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's almost damn near a slight exploitation, a little bit too. When they do that, it's like, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna get my fans up and this and like that.
Yeah, I don't like.
That's the one thing I'm like, that doesn't even come off genuine to me in a sense of, like, that's not even you. So you just throwing it in there because you know it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm just like, damn, are you really genuine?
And I want to know, and I want to know, because you won a Grammy, is you feel like you could say anything you want to, right? What kind of shit is that? Like, all I'm saying is, man, if you are what you are, man, be that, bro. But don't push on nobody. Don't force nobody, because that in this world, like, that's what I say. Like, I don't know, man. That shit was weird. It's weird. Like, how the fuck you gonna say your red flag is a straight man? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no,
that shit is. So that's why I say, like, niggas can't, like straight niggas can't win, nigga. The fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's the reason why I don't like her, bro. Like, people love her, and think she's a great dog. She's not the greatest anything, bro. She's not even that talented to me personally, right? Like, there's so much to say, but She's not even that talented, man. Like, I don't even know, man. But
I don't know. Like, I've heard enough of her to say she's talented or not. I'll be real. Like, you know what I'm
she
saying?
ain't that fucking talented to me.
No, I'm just saying from what I've heard, she's all right. Like, from what I heard, like I said, I haven't heard enough to be like, there's nothing bad I heard, but there's nothing like I'm gonna be spinning back either. Like I can see why.
Listen. I play female artists, and she's not a female artist that I'm playing.
Yeah, it was just.
Listen. I play Gorilla before I play her. Real
no,
shit.
that's a fact. Gorilla is probably on the top of the list as far as like just how the overall sound is. You sound like a dude. To me, the cadence is hard, so. I'm not gonna be the one to be like, nah, don't turn that off. I'm like, yo, that shit bangs. You got some real hard 808s in there. You know what I'm saying? Like take key type beats.
I ain't gonna lie. It's the way that she. It's the way that she pronounces her words. Nicki can spit. I play some Nicki here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, Nicki's definitely one of the top, if not the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nicki got some bangers. I'm not saying I'll go through a whole Nicki album. Man.
Actually, she might be the top female rapper of all time.
Foxy Brown was my favorite.
I'm just saying overall, like just overall what she did.
Yeah,
because she can give you the bars, she can give you the raunchy shit. She can sing a little bit.
Barty, come on, man. Let's not forget, man.
Nah, don't get it twisted. Cardi B is real dope, but she didn't give me multiple albums either.
No.
That's the one thing. That's probably like it's like she did the like I ain't gonna put her in Jeremy Lin. The same thing. It's like a way longer Jeremy Lin run, like a 2-year, 3-year Jeremy Lin run. But the only thing is, like I said, you gave me a lot of singles too after the fact. But you never gave me a secondary body of work to be like, damn, you had just 2 classics and walked away. You just had one and a whole gang of singles that were really great too. So now it's kind of like
for real, man. And then
if there's like an overall knock on her, that would be it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Not is. But then again, is like, are you going to threaten your own numbers? Because that's the one thing too. Are you going to threaten your own numbers by putting out an album and now it does like it only does like 400 500 total or something like that. Let's just say it does that.
Niggas I mean for this album to sell, for the next album to sell, she gotta have Sexy Red on it, she gotta have Glow on it, right?
I was there when they met, so I could see them doing that for sure. She definitely gave them their flowers when she seen them, and Suki on it too.
She could get she definitely do need a Suki track. Just a Suki track, just to like, it got to be dope though. It can't be like no.
Yeah, all of it got like she got to have an album full of bangers, pretty much undeniable bangers that it's like, god damn, this is gonna play for a long time. Like damn near. I think that's like she has to come out with another type of classic album.
Yeah.
Where every time you hear a song, it's like, oh shit, or you hear all the girls like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing that shit, and niggas is like, yep, okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
You can still bop your head and just smoke your blunt. You ain't even got to rap none of the lyrics.
She need a song with Kodak and Don Toliver. That would be fire.
Yeah, and like I said, she could do one with Bad Bunny. She could do one with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Do a Spanish track with Bad Bunny.
She could do one with Bruno again. You know what I'm saying? Like she could do a lot of shit. You could do one with Kalani.
Yeah, Kalani's still popping.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people she could work with, and it would go. I'm just saying, my one thing is, the one issue is, like I said, with her, is that she cannot fall short by any means. That's the one reason why I feel like you haven't seen an album from her right now, and like you haven't seen one. You get what I'm saying?
That plus she been having babies and
of course she's been a mother that's also a part of it.
And the drama behind it.
You got to get your body back. Yeah, you got to do that divorce, and then you got to get your body back right. The body's back already looking right, so you know what I'm saying. So that part is not a problem anymore. So now she got a new relationship. I think once they complete their divorce, I think that might be a time where. She could do the hurt track. She can kind of shift her gear, kind of like how Chris Brown did his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on some Deuces shit. Like
Yeah.
She could definitely drop one of them type of tracks. Like, fuck it, get the Dream or somebody to write one of them. You know,
Oh shit.
the Beyonce Independent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or Neo, get somebody to do one of those where she just takes the song, do one of them breakup tracks. If she gets one of those and a couple good ass ratchet ones where she's popping, it's straight. I think she'll be good. I think actually she'll be fucking taking off. You know what I'm saying?
True. Who the fuck is that?
I really don't know. You know, it's just these halftime shows. I really don't know. But yeah, man. What's next on that list, brother?
They say Drewski. Well, I don't know. They're trying to say Drewski was caught up in the Diddy allegation, but he was saying that back in the day he was broke living with his mom, so ain't no way he could get caught up in that shit.
Yeah, like that would have to be super recent, and Diddy would have had to already believe he was gonna be where he's at like now, because like dealing with Drewski now, yeah, you like if the allegations are true about Diddy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He might have been like, all right, you can come to the back room, dog. You a VIP now for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you got multiple commercials, you got series online that's doing well that Revolt would have probably picked up back in the day, right?
True.
You know what I'm saying? There could have been records, would have definitely been a show on Revolt or something like that.
True.
You have him also, you know, All-Star Celebrity Games. You know, they have him in 2K, I think, or just, you know, a lot of different shit. He's always one of a host somewhere or anything celebrity related. He's involved in it, doing skits. He's one of the top, like, as far as like online comedic personalities, definitely top 5. Drewski's definitely there, but yeah, like it is pretty simple to look at Drewski's timeline and be like, even when he was at Diddy's house during that first run, do you think Diddy was in that first run that Diddy popped up at? I think he was at his crib, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really believe that in that first run he already let him see everything, let it pop off like that? First quarter?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Like, Diddy's been in this shit for a little while. Unless you're like the hottest thing smoking off the top, you're probably not getting to see none of that. He's gonna show you some like regular party shit. He's gonna be the TV personality Diddy more than anything. Rather than he's gonna show you who Sean Combs / Diddy and Love or whatever variation it may be. He'll show you that, like, if you've been around for a minute. If just naturally assuming, I think, because obviously it took a long time for this to come out, right?
True.
So if it takes this long for this shit to come out, pause. Like, this shit has been taking years and years. It says it's been doing this for like 15, 20 years or something, right?
Nasty work.
And most of the stuff, it seems like it's been like years ago, not like very recently.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like, oh yeah, this thing was like in 2018, 2020. It's like, nah, this shit seemed like it was like right when he kind of was popping, but maybe 2006, 2007, 2010, couple late 90s stuff when he was popping. But he still was always kind of in the mix overall.
One.
Yeah. He still was in the mix, but like when you look at him as when he was an artist and the top like producer and all that shit, that's when it was like,
you gonna be wanting that shit in jail, nigga.
And I would say like in the earlier days of Ciroc, probably that was like the last hoorah run. You know what I mean? Of him probably going crazy with it, and then he's got his girl doing crazy shit allegedly. True. Like I said, it's federal shit, so it's a hard alleged, but you know what I'm saying?
It's got mules and shit moving cocaine.
He said Migos?
No, he got mules. Mules.
Oh, mules.
Remember the white boy? Yeah, caught up as his mule, moving his drugs for.
Oh yeah. When he was out. Yeah, I mean, shit. He was always gonna have like. It's not like he was gonna be picking up his shit. You always have somebody. Hey, yeah, go get that. Da da da. All right, send me the money. Or oh, you got the bread. All right, boom, and then just go pick it up. Always like that's gonna be for the to the end of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, that's gonna be somebody doing that. But usually that person's usually volunteering that they know somebody.
Mm.
It's not telling the new person to go pick it up. And, hey, yeah, I need you to go to over here and pick the shit up. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna do that. They gonna do it this way. Like, all right, hey, oh yeah, hey, you know somebody that got da 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 da. All right, yeah, I know somebody. Yeah, tell them I need blah 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 blah. Is it good? Oh shit, from mine, you've been doing
Tell
it
him
for
I
a
need
minute.
50 pounds of GHB.
No, I ain't gonna be nothing crazy like that. It was like, all right, yeah, let me. Well, it's gonna be
No,
some.
for Diddy.
Yeah, Diddy's different, but most other people is probably gonna be like, yeah, let me get an ounce of some weed or whatever. You know, some typical shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, shit, I need like
I mean,
two.
a lot of celebrities do cocaine now, so
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's like it's not as many as you think, and it's not like nobody either. You know what I'm saying? It's always like the most surprising people. You're like, oh, you do that shit? All right. But it's not like everybody and their mama and it becomes like a fucking campaign either. You know what I'm saying? Most people, though, more times than not, smoking some weed, though.
how the fuck you get 44 points a game?
You heard?
Yeah.
More times than not, it's like a Jamaican party. Niggas is definitely got their weed and smoking, and you know what I mean? You might have one person who's just a cigarette smoker. And that's usually the rare ones, but they're usually drinking at least.
Yeah.
At least, so it ain't just like completely weird or nothing. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But with that shit though, this nigga Drewski, yeah, I don't see that nigga doing that. It's just it's to me, I can't fathom this nigga being like early day Drewski, being at Diddy spot, getting
I think he'd be
the
too
prime.
young. I think he'd be too young anyway.
Yeah, he'd be a little bit too young for that shit to be happening. That's the Jay-Z thing was a little bit more believable, even though like I didn't believe that story. You could have probably had a story where it was just like more simple. You know what I'm saying? Not even an underage girl. You could have just said, hey, a girl got drugged and everything like that. Then she met Jay-Z. Then some shit popped off and she didn't really want it to pop off like that. That would have been a more realistic scenario with the GHB or whatever after that info comes out.
Yeah.
I was like, that would have been more realistic than what I just heard with everything like that. The Pops was like, oh, I ain't never pick you up. What are you talking about?
True. Hey, you can put it on the Memphis game. Not Memphis, Brooklyn.
I got you. We bike. Hold on, what's next on the dossier?
I think that's about it.
Now you got Kanye's wild rant on a wild rant.
That's just him still going off. Just talking about a whole bunch of bullshit. He linked up with Dave Blunt finally.
Did he?
Yeah. So I guess he happy about that. He got an album coming out, Billy. That's what he working on now. So you already know how that goes. Every time he rant, there's an album that he about to drop.
No, yeah, it's the same move every time at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know about these rants though, but I like the fashion rants when he was mad at the world of fashion. You know what I'm saying? Those rants were a lot better. More, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, you know,
just verbally going at everybody and like I guess if you want to make a statement with the swastika thing, but at least put a meaning behind it, right? Say, hey, the reason why I'm wearing this is because da 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 da. Don't just wear it and just piss people off. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that really deal, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's other people that really had trauma behind that.
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
most
saying.
recent trauma is their trauma. To be real, behind that, like before, yes, it could have been a peace symbol, all of that, yes. But we just like gangs. They came out starting out as it was about to be for peace and protecting yourselves from the cops, doing some effed up shit in your neighborhood or outsiders doing some messed up shit in your neighborhood.
Exactly.
That was essentially what gangs were for, and then it changed up. So now there's a bad undertone for gangs, rightfully so. So if we could accept that, I think we should, like Kanye should accept the fact that, hey, a good thing can be presumed bad if somebody,
Which is true.
yeah, it's not about how it starts, it's about who makes it popular.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
and who made it popular was Hitler, and the way it tends to look and
Doesn't
be
look good.
portrayed.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a good look.
At least you could have had like a meaning behind it. Hey, this is the meaning behind it, and this is the reason why I'm choosing this. Da 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 da. Don't just, you know what I'm saying? Don't just go off the wall and just to piss people off because that's what you like doing. Like you want to, like I get it. After a while, like it becomes stupid, man. Like
yeah, it's just a knee jerk reaction. Like this is the same shit over. To me, like I said, I got it because it was like, okay, I understand. Like I filmed a few things for people's documentaries for like, that whole Black Israelite thing and all of that. So like I've heard it from both sides. I've worked with, the current day Jewish person, what I'm saying, that we know of today. Plenty of ways from their temples and all that, right?
mm-hmm.
So I've literally got to see it from both sides, and I stay neutral at all times in it, and even just understand it's like, yeah, I understand. Hey, it's damn near a lost civilization, but you got to understand the most recent thing that they seen, you're pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you're pushing it for what reason? I do not know, because like I said, anything could be turned negative once it's popular enough. You know what I mean?
True.
Like the Lakers brand could be turned negative if you find out that the front office and the owners are selling kids and all of that. Then the players are involved in this and that. After a while, LeBron, even with the cleanest name, would probably start getting tarnished. And even if he stayed away, you know what I'm saying? It would be like, all right, hey, I was wearing this Laker brand. I have to leave because this brand was known as a good thing. I thought it was a good thing. And now it's kind of like the narrative has changed.
It's kind of like the Clippers the Clippers owner. Right? Everybody thought he was a good guy until they played that record. They had to get this nigga up out of here because he was, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Donald Sterling thing ended up coming out, and
that's what. That's his thing. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Like Donald Sterling ended up, but Ballmer ended up buying it for like $2 billion. You know what I mean? The evaluations is rose so much because there's a whole new stadium with it. If he decides to sell, it's probably a $10 billion. 15 billion.
He the richest sport. He wanted the richest.
No, yeah, he wanted. I'm just saying, if he decided to, just for no reason, he probably could sell it for 10 to 15, and he doesn't have to sell it because he's the richest guy. Like, apparently, he's richer than most of the owners, like damn near combined.
No, he's at the top of the list.
Like combined, though.
No, he's at the top of the list.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you combine all these niggas, and he's still richer. Like that's that. And I heard he pretty much paid for the whole stadium and all that shit too.
Yeah, I posted it to my story earlier.
Big bloody bomber, dog. This nigga is like
this nigga has one. He's a rich. Matter of fact, he's number one as of March 2025. He's number one, and he's 119 billion though.
Yeah, not million.
Bob Walton and the family is only 114 billion.
Exactly.
Right. The Mavericks owner, which is a woman in the family, is 32 billion. Daniel Gilbert, 26. The Mets owner is 21, and the Panthers owners is 21.
Any other NBA?
No, there's no fuck. There's only one NBA, and that's Daniel.
So pretty much,
Well, two NBA.
So
The-
pretty
the-
much
the-
all the owners combined.
The owner of the Mavericks and family.
Well, yeah, that's the new one, and they got how much? 32.
They're number 2.
They're number 2 at 32, and he's at 100. What?
I mean, I'm sorry. She's number 3.
She's number 3, but
Yeah,
she's number 2 in the NBA ranking of owners. Then
number 1, probably number 1.
no, he's number 1 because how much does he have?
Oh yeah, Clippers. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
How much Bomber have?
119.
119. She only had 32.
Yeah,
And the family, and the family.
and then Daniel Gilbert at 31.
So they the top 2. Then they just drop Saul.
And then the NFL. The NFL.
No,
nigga.
we ain't counting the NFL. I'm just
the NFL,
talking
he
about
number 2 though.
No, I'm talking about just NBA itself.
Yeah, that nigga's up
He's
there.
richer than all the owners combined. They could all get up together, and y'all still ain't got more money than those niggas.
Nah, they don't.
That is wild when you think about it.
What does he do? That's all he
I
do?
think it's Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken.
For real?
Yeah, I think he's Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken.
Stupid.
Yeah.
God damn. Stupid bread.
Yeah, that's old
dumb.
money. He
Yeah.
had small faces, big faces, blue faces, all type of digital, probably crypto.
Damn, dog. That's crazy. 119 bill, dog. That's crazy.
Yeah, Bloody Bombs is like, and he came up on that franchise. Like I said, I mean, once that, like a lot of owners wanted the Clippers to eventually sell. Anyways, they've been around since like damn near the beginning of they were around before the NBA.
You got to bid for a team, right?
Yeah, and he was the second owner in line, or the third owner from the Clippers. Because I watched like this video or whatever. There was like 2 owners. One that had it for the NBL, and they were like in Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken. And then they ended up in the LA eventually, pushed by Donald Sterling around like late 70s, early 80s. And they moved over to NBL to the NBA when they did that merger. And they were one of the teams there. Once Donald Sterling had it, he had it from like late 80s, 90s, 2000s. And then that shit came out, and they were like, yeah. And they never like were competitive. He was like notorious for like not trying to pay players and shit like that too. Like he kept his budget real tight, basically. He just, all right, I got this team, da 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 da. Yeah, I got a team, da 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 da. He wasn't thinking this shit was making him any money. Realistically, if he would have actually made that team successful, they would have ended up getting an own stadium. He probably could have sold it for $3 to $4 billion. Realistically. But yeah, they ended up, all the owners forced him to sell after those tapes came out of him talking about Magic and all that shit too. Yeah. And it was over with.
But then the Waltons, they own the Broncos.
No, they got money. They got money. Like NFL people, those teams.
Yeah, but it's the Walton family though, so you know. They own Walmart too, so
yeah, they got a whole gang of money like that, because you got to think like it's not just arena size, it's stadium size now, right?
Yeah, but he had 113.
Yeah, no, like I said, they got real money.
He the richest owner though.
Jerry Jones is probably still up there though.
Nah,
he wasn't up there.
Listen, there's only 5 names on there as of March. That's Steve, the Walton, the girl, Daniel, and fucking the Mets owner tied, and the fucking
Dodgers. Nah, Dodgers is split up.
Mets owner and
Dodgers is all split up, so it's not just one person, because Magic Johnson is like one of the owners.
Mets owner and
the Dallas
the Panthers.
Mavericks.
The Panthers owner tied for 5th.
Oh, Panthers
at 21. Yeah.
Okay, shout out to him.
He owns.
What does he do?
He owns Panthers and a soccer team.
Which one?
The Charlotte Football Club.
Okay, Charlotte. Up in Charlotte.
David
okay.
Tepper.
Okay, shit. Tepper family. I felt like I've known that name, but goddamn. I wonder if that's Steve Tepper's pops or family. Yeah, Miriam. That's why they gave up on Luka. They trying to move over to Vegas and get that billions up. Because you know they wanted to build a casino, I think, inside of all this shit too, down in Dallas.
So what does trading Luka have to do with that?
Once they didn't get that, they traded Luka to spite the NBA. Apparently, this is like, you know, conspiracy theories, but rumors going around saying like, yeah, see, that was to spite the NBA, but you know, obviously it kind of did well for the NBA. So in a weird way, but they're gonna try to win their fucking shit, tank, you know, after a while, tank, force to, you know, be bad for a few years, force the team to eventually
move,
you know, have the city quit on them. Then after that, have the city quit on them so they can move. Because if you're a bad team, it's a lot easier to move when your team is horrible and not really good.
They really gonna do that?
Yeah, they're trying to get that team to go over to Vegas.
That's bad.
But Texas is so big, they definitely deserve to have 3 teams. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's too big to be trying to ride out for only 2 teams out there. I would say that. Like I said, like even we needed 2 teams in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes like 9 hours to get out of here. So just for you to support a team, you got 1 down here, 1 in the middle, and that's what it is. Like good play, good shot. But yeah, but and then you got Tory Lanez who dropped the tape.
Where he dropped the album?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the album that he dropped. Yeah. I ain't listened to it, but so far, it's doing pretty good.
No, I haven't listened to it yet either. I definitely got to check up on that. But I did see a surprising interview. I only got to skim through it, but Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith did an interview.
True.
Yeah. It was on Skip Bayless's podcast. Yeah, Stephen A. And also, we did talk about Stephen A. and Bronny.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that's another thing. I think why Stephen A. necessarily didn't go off, because he was out celebrating his deal that he just signed with ESPN, and what I heard is possibly for $100 million. From what I heard, he's making $100 million, not per year, but obviously, but he's making way up there, and he has to ask for any permission to do damn near anything he wants to do. He has like full autonomy, like do what you want.
I mean, he worked for that though, so I mean, he deserves it.
No, I do think so too. Like it is the biggest network, but at the same time, like he's been there for a long time. Like he always makes the headlines somehow.
And I think he deserves it because for a long time he been working. For me, I don't really think he hasn't really had his own. He's always been working alongside somebody, man. And like for the past year though, since he had his own podcast or own talk show, is elevated or whatever the case maybe is. You know what I mean? He does have strong points. You know what I mean? So he deserves it, man. Go ahead and get that bread, man.
I think his own podcast was a good thing too. Like right when he did it, or like I think I seen his first ever episode actually, and right when he did it, I was like, yeah, this does allow him to, if he wants to like loosen the collar a little bit, and he can kind of curse a little bit. He can, you know, he said he wanted to talk about politics. He did. He started doing some things that he's not able to do on the show. Talk about it in a longer format. Go in. So I was like, all right, you know what? At first it was a little bit too formatted, but now like he's had a couple moments on there where I think he invited his nephew on there, and his nephew was popping shit like that. I'm like, all right, man, that's cool. Like it's a different look for Stephen A. rather than always seeing him in the morning, you know, always trying to, you know, speak out some big ass word to you where you're kind of like, dog, I'm still just wiping my face right now, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you're yelling the biggest word ever that I got to look up now. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And now he doesn't necessarily have to do that. He could kind of dress it down a little bit and just, like I said, he went in on his own podcast about Whitlock. You know what I'm saying? Like calling him a fat bastard or whatever like that, or And he's like, called him a bitch and all that shit. So it was like, all right, you know, you got to see him drop the fucking glove, drop the gloves and go straight fist fight with it. So that's why I did like seeing that from Stephen A. It is a congratulations on that, man. Shit, how long has he been on TV?
Under 20 years.
About a good dub. And then for the most part, ever since he's been on there, even like in the early days, I do remember like almost damn near like, damn, all right. As soon as I seen him the first time I seen him on ESPN, I was like, nah, this dude they should definitely have him back. I think it was on First Take or something, or like before it was cold pizza or something like that. That's what it was called. But I think I was like, dog, actually, they should bring this guy back. He's making some good points. I like his energy. And I was a young kid, so I was like, yeah, he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, plus he was black. He was speaking kind of real. I was like, yeah, bring this dude back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's shown growth over the time. So
definitely has though. Definitely has. So yeah, he said he's still doing his podcast even after the deal. So that's the thing too. He gets to do his podcast still. And I mean, I don't understand why. I think that was a thing where somebody said that about Shannon Sharp and FS1. He was like, yo, this dude damn near has like the #1 podcast, and you're about to like possibly let him go for what? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? And that was somebody that was on FS1. He was like, I don't understand the move. And then as soon as ESPN picked him up, I'm like, yeah, of course fucking Stephen A wants to pick up fucking Shannon Sharp. It makes absolute perfect sense when you think about it. This nigga, as soon as he got dropped, I think he did the Cat Williams interview.
Yeah.
That shit fucking skyrocketed. And I'm like, and I think he already signed with ESPN and shit like that. I'm like, first of all, you got this nigga as got the #1 interview ever now by the numbers. You know what I'm saying? The biggest interview ever. He's got this other show, Nightcap, that's doing pretty damn well. So he's got 2 shows and now a network. Nigga, this is an easy signing. Like, this is a layup. So it was like, as soon as Stephen A said he was trying to go after Shannon Sharp, I was like, that's the easiest call ever, in my opinion.
Some people shoot themselves in the foot, man. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I think so too. Because
I mean, they that's how I say. I mean, imagine they would have just, you know what I mean, let Skip Bayless go or let Skip Bayless retire and then gave Shannon his show. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things could have happened, but at the end of the day, they stuck with Skip, and look at him now, right? So, like I said, man, they shoot themselves in the foot all the time, man. They always, like I said, Skip ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? He just, I don't know, bro. He just, it's old. You old now, man. It's time to give it up, man.
Nah, definitely old school for sure. Like, I think, but from what Skip was trying to say is that he never wanted Shannon Sharp to leave. I think he's seen what it was. I think what they were trying, what was explained, at least Marcellus was talking about. He was like, shit, like we're trying to grow, but we're paying out like over 10 million or 12 million, possibly 14 million in salary between Shannon and what's the name, between Shannon and Skip, and then we still got to pay for production, the space, all of that. How can we still grow this show? And, maybe we could pay the main people just come in as guests less. So I think that's what they were thinking.
But now it's going down.
But nah, it's definitely gone down. Shit, like you said, like I say, dog, this nigga, what's the name, had how much he had, bro? Like, how many views that he had right after he left with that goddamn interview? Like, now you look at it, he has the top podcast, all of that, dog, it's curtains. You know what I'm saying? It's curtains time. It's like, it just was like one of the stupidest moves I personally feel. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you just gotta go, man. You just had to go. That's all it was.
Yeah, dog, like, this nigga really had some shit going, dog. They really have some shit going. Oh, I see Burger.
But that's really about all the topics we really got. I mean,
oh yeah, there's been a few signings though. I mean, trades as well on the NFL.
Yeah, I seen the like McCaff. He went to
Steelers.
yeah.
The Rams are releasing Amari Cooper.
Hmm.
Oh no, excuse me, Cooper Cup.
For real?
Rams releasing Cooper Cup.
Damn.
That just happened.
Damn. For real?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. He said he was leaving.
Eagles are trading QB Kenny Pickett to the Browns for a 5th round pick and a DTR.
I mean, the Browns do need a quarterback. I can see that.
Yeah, they do need one. Let's see. Without probably trying to go, the Seahawks are signing Sam Darnold to a $110 million deal.
Damn. Nigga, just keep getting paid. I mean, last year he didn't really do shit, but
let's see. Browns are signing former Falcon center Drew Dalman. Hazers are signing DT Milton Williams. What's the name? Just got paid from the Browns. Big ass player. Myles Garrett.
the running back. I mean, the DB.
Yeah. Defensive end.
Yeah, he got the highest paid contract, I think.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's a few more things. Giants or something. Nah. Fuck that. Dude. Who else? Steelers are close to signing Aaron Rodgers.
For what? Trash.
Hey, man. These are things that's just happening.
What are they gonna do with Russell?
Think he's out of there. But Bills and QB Josh Allen agreed to a 6 years, $330 million contract. Let's see. Bills are signing former Chargers wide receiver Josh Palmer to $36 million. Justin Fields is signing to the Jets for a 2-year, $40 million contract.
Justin Fields is a quarterback.
Yep.
He signed to what, Giants?
Jets. 2-year, 40. 20 a pop.
I don't know about that one. It's not like he was good. It's not like he was good where he was at anyway.
He was on the Steelers. He played okay. And he did decent. It just the throwing. Let's see. Says John. Nope, that's a lie. Lil Ronnie. Oh, Lil Ronnie's murder suspects did get arrested though.
For real?
Yeah, after leaving his ID in the getaway car.
Stupid. Damn. Stupid.
Let's see. Somebody said Big Meech on the officially on the MMG roster. Yeah, you gotta do. I ain't gonna lie, Ross. Gotta hold him down. Gotta hold him down, bro.
Ricky Ravioli, man. You gotta do your thing, brother.
See, 50 cents. Hold on. 50 Cent shares text with Cameron, pocket shaming Jim Jones.
You said pocket shaming?
Yeah. Let's see. Jim Jones talk about his airport fight with Joe Budden. That's random.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I guess that's good night then.
That's about it, folks. Have a good night. Wrap it up.
Damn, it's you, shit.